Opening up eligibility to children. It's the next major step in the fight against COVID-19. But how many kids will actually get the shot? A recent poll finding just 30% of parents with children who are now eligible plan to get them vaccinated right away. Still, with 85% of Americans now eligible for a vaccine, experts are hoping the country is about to turn the corner.
With this vaccine, we can move in a different direction and really get on the other side of this.
As of today, Arizona has administered more than 5.4 million doses of the COVID vaccine. That comes out to about 43% of all Arizonans getting at least one shot.
At the border, more than 178,000 migrants stopped at the southwest border in April.
That is a slight increase over March and the highest one-month total in 2 decades. The new data released by U.S. Customs and Border Protection, the number of single adults, the main driver in this data. At the same time, the number of kids crossing the border without their parents has dropped.
So what do these numbers really mean? Investigator Liliana Soto and ABC 15 data analyst Garrett Archer taking an in-depth look at this new data.
It's been a consistent pattern for the last 20 years. Apprehension numbers at the border usually grow from December to March, but data from March broke a record. 19,000 children encountered at the border was something never seen before.
The number of unaccompanied children apprehended by U.S. Customs and Border Protection is at about just over 17,100. It represents about a 1,700 drop, and that's about 10%.
The number of single adults apprehended by Border Patrol continues to be the main issue. It went from 100,000 encounters in March to 108,000 in April. So what's driving the increase on single adult apprehensions?
What's interesting in the data is that when we look at when Title 42 began to be enforced, we see a 613% increase in apprehensions for single adults from that time period to today.
Title 42 began in March of last year. The policy was implemented under President Trump to stop the spread of COVID-19. According to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, 62% of those single adults apprehended in April were expelled back to Mexico under this policy. Meanwhile, in Nogales, Arizona, Santa Cruz County Sheriff David Hathaway says